Rising, peace and love. Let me do a mic check. Happy Wednesday. She said, he said, your hair is so beautiful. Thank you. Nice thumbnail. Thank you. Okay. All this love. Give me 1 second. Happy Wednesday. I hope all is well. I will catch on my throat today. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm all over the place. I'm doing really good. I just sent my heart monitor back. So I am done with the heart monitor, my ZO. And I actually had a pretty good experience. A very good experience with it. What it did show me is that a lot of my symptoms are coming from stress. So I think that's good to know that it's not like a terminal illness, which I thought, because I've been smoking cigarettes for so long, and I'm proud to say I don't have a patch on, and I've had no cigarettes. Like even the smell is like, ugh. Which I've done this before. I've done this before. Give me grace. Um, my go-to for stress, first, I'm talking about, in case you're new here or you're new to the channel, welcome. Shell, call me Shelly. My friends call me Shell. My friends call me, my family call me Shelly. And mom, I'm a proud recovering mother. I tell people I'm a proud recovering mother. Um, my daughter turned 21 this year. I'm so amazed at the beautiful job I did with her. And now I'm actually having more time to really focus on myself, which I have not been doing. I've been focusing on surviving, um, being a mom, being a provider 24/7, and really putting myself on the back burner. So now that is not happening anymore. Even my daughter is like, Mom, I need you to take care of you. So the past 5 years, September 18th will be 5 years that I started on this journey. After my DNA test, let's put my phone here. After my DNA test, even though I broke it, it still works good. Um, I literally had a nervous system breakdown. Um, no, I did not go crazy. I literally could not stomach any more trauma, drama, or stress. And I'm still at that threshold, but I am in recovery, coming back from being completely debilitated, having no hair in the middle of my head, having no weight on me, which I have totally doubled my weight since then. Um, I've been working closely with my care team, who is amazing. I have a beautiful therapist, trauma informed. Um, She is actually going to be certified in EMDR. If you don't know what that is, we are going to do some diving. What happened to my pen? Where's the piece of it? My pen. Something happened to my pen. So I have been working on eliminating stressors. What does that mean? I'm literally doing an energy audit. I'm huge on energy audits. I'm literally breaking down and identifying things that I just cannot have in my life anymore. And Facebook was like at the top of the list. My presence there is now minimal. I do have private hubs there. I do admin in particular spaces. I have a group that is growing day by day. We are, I think we're at 1.6 thousand gratitude, chill, and more. And just pause from there. From the first day that I actually took the app off my phone, I have felt a lot better, a lot less stress. So I wanted to go to my threads because I'm on threads now, which is such a different atmosphere as opposed to Facebook. And I started asking this question about a week ago or 2 weeks ago when I was asked to participate with my therapist and her supervisor in the process of starting EMDR, and I had no idea what it was. I'm still a little nervous about trying it because my trauma is so layered and so, how do I even say this? My trauma is just so ingrained from utero to now. And I'm worried, will this work? What will it working look like? But I'm also trusting this process. So I asked the question on my threads. I'm actually going to come off camera. I just want y'all to see my face. Hi. So I actually went to threads and I actually made a post. Let's see. Did I save the other one? I want to save the post. No, not people. I want to go to the EMDR post. Okay, so I don't get that from. Okay. So the first time I mentioned this was July the 21st. I want to save this. This should be saved. Yes, saved. Oh, okay. Okay, I want to save all of my. Actually, asked on the 10th. This didn't get any response, which is fine. Okay. So these two posts, I got 119. The first time I mentioned it was one July the 21st, literally like a week ago. Second time yesterday, I asked for more tips. It's the post is very popular. So I want to go here and take some notes. I guess I've got my pad and my pencil and paper. So I asked, I was offered EMDR for my CPTSD symptoms. Anyone have experience with this technique or any tips? I haven't agreed yet, but weighing it as a viable option. And I will say I have agreed to take this technique. And I'm hoping that it doesn't do any re-injury. But at this point, I can't be no more re-injured than I already am. So yeah. Um yeah, I've got a pantry appointment. I don't know why it's emailing me today. I know. Okay. So I got so many responses when I tell you I got so many responses. So I just pinned. So I want to say how many views did this post even get? 3,251 views. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 119 comments. So my goal is to go through these comments, take some notes. Therapists who actually do the technique, um, clients who actually have used the technique. I will say there were a couple of people who told me that it did not work for them, but they still recommended it. Like I didn't see anyone who did not recommend at least giving it a chance. The main thing was this is a game changer. So the first, she's actually an EMDR therapist. She said, and she works with a lot of CPTSD clients. EMDR works for, excuse me, bless me. EMDR works for CPTSD as well, but it's not the exact same as it is for PTSD. I do not have one traumatic event that just rocked my world. I have numerous events, attempts on my life, betrayal from family and loved ones I was supposed to be able to trust, betrayal from so called friends in the past, nightmares, heart palpitations, fight or flight. I stay stuck in, I want to say now I'm in like freeze mode. I used to stay in flight. Um, the list goes on and on. My trauma is so layered. Institutional trauma. Um, it's a lot. So she says it's slower for CPTSD, respecting the tolerance. My emotional regulation is very um, thin. I'll say it like that. I have a very low tolerance for stress. And it shows up in my body. Like someone can call me and ask me for money, and if I say no and I don't have it, like I go through a whole process in my body. This is why I'm really taking the time to listen to my body, one, to listen to my body, and to also limit interactions, limit interactions with stressful situations, which is hard because I'm alive. And it's hard because a lot of people don't see or know what is going on with my health. So I'm having to just build barriers. It's like I've built a wall around me and I'm in here and everyone else is out there. And every now and then someone comes and knocks on the wall and I have to build it higher and thicker just as a way of protecting my energy and protecting myself because I work so hard to stay regulated and the slightest inconvenience from someone else can deregulate me and that is not a good space to be in. It feels horrible. I was in the ER 7 days ago, and I'm gonna try my best not to get back there again. It's gonna be hard, but I'm listening to my body. So she's saying sometimes with shorter moments to avoid re-traumatization and keeping the tolerance window acceptable, plus stabilization and grounding techniques, it will be long term and it does have amazing results. But you do need a very good professional. CPTSD treated with an inexperienced EMDR therapist can actually cause harm. This kind of made me scared. I think this is a guy, forgive me. This kind of made me scared because my therapist is actually training for it. So I have a little oopsie, like I'm a little, like is she gonna be okay? But I will say this: I trust her with some of the thoughts that I have, um, I trust her. Like I've been going to her. I've had 145 um, psychiatric and therapeutic appointments since November 25th, 2025. And I started way before then. But I'm just saying, November 25th, 2025 to today, I've had 145 appointments dealing with my behavioral health and my CPTSD, which is a brain injury, of a psychosomatic brain injury, not a mental illness. So when I say that I trust her, I'm starting to even ask her questions about things that I don't normally tell my friends and family. Thoughts of, I'm not even going to share it here. I don't even think I can say it on YouTube. I do have ideations and thoughts of certain things that scare me. And this is why I love to protect myself from people, because I don't know what I'm capable of if I'm pushed. And I talked to my therapist about that. And honestly, I've always hid that aspect about myself. Um, because I guess going through everything that I went through, I had to bring this face that I'm perfect every morning. I had to play perfect for my daughter, for everyone around me, and just for myself. And kind of created a entity. I want to say, like, not split personalities, but like there is a personality that I lean on heavily to just look like I have it all together when I really don't. And I hope I'm saying that right. Like I tell her, there's two people here. There's the person who acts like none of these things happen, and I just keep going, and then there's this wounded child, that is still learning that she's safe and protected and loved and valued. Um, so yeah, it's a whole process for me. Learning how I coped in some of the most craziest situations, learning the skills that I've picked up or created on my own just to get by. So understanding that I don't have to do that anymore and I can be vulnerable, which is the hardest thing for me to do, is to be vulnerable. But again, I trust my therapist. I'm literally obsessed with her. Like, not in a bad way, but in a good way. If you're not obsessed with your therapist, find another therapist. I've never been able to reach the heights that I've reached during any of my other um, therapy attempts. Because one, I did not know what I was going to therapy for. I did not know the whole story until I got one older. I got two, my DNA test, because my family were narcissists and liars. Narcissists and liars. I'm not going to get in that because I will get upset. The pain that I carry is so deep. And for anybody out there that is struggling with family abuse, narcissistic abuse, institutional abuse, know that you are not alone. Know that first, you are not alone. If you ever feel like you want to talk, you can always email me at chelefromtheblock at gmail.com. I get it. I get it. And this is hard work. I'm actually terrified of what I'm about to go through. I think we start August the 10th for my assessment. I may do some looking into the EMDR process because I don't know what I'm like. I don't know it like the back of my hand, but I do believe we do an assessment. I don't know what the assessment consists of, but I'm sure we have to build a plan of, I don't know. I don't know. She's gonna take the lead and I'm gonna follow up. So I will be giving updates when it starts. I start my first assessment August the 10th, but I'm preparing for it now. A lot of people are getting blocked. A lot of people are getting muted until I change it, because right now I don't have time to catch people up on what I'm dealing with. The people that know what I'm dealing with already know. Y'all, they're in my life. I do not have time to cater to anyone right now but myself. And I'm actually loving this for me because I've never been here before. So I'm gonna go back. So we've already got it down packed. She's training, but she's gonna have someone to sit in. So EMDR has been well studied for PTSD of any kind, and it's the gold standard. Okay. I did this a few years ago for my CPSD. It helped tremendously, and I highly recommend if you decide to do it, I highly recommend you take the whole day off if you can. It is emotionally and physically, I've read somewhere too, taxing, and you will want to need rest after. Okay, so notes for EMDR prep. So, one, schedule rest after sessions. And I actually read somewhere like 3 days, depending on the traumas. And I know if we're going to be digging in some of the traumas that I've dealt with, it's going to take me a while to recover. Scared to death of this. Um, Re-injury is something that I don't like. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm terrified of re-injuring myself. This is why I'm not dating. Um, I'm terrified of re-injuring myself. This is why a lot of people that I used to cling to, I've let go. Because re-injury is horrific. It's like all the work that I did just gets undone, and I have to start all over again with emotional regulation, which is very taxing on my heart and my blood pressure. Literally just got this heart monitor off. Um, Hopefully, I get good results. I'm pretty sure that I will. Um, Highly recommend you take that whole day off after. Schedule rest after sessions, and maybe the day after parentheses, depending on my body. I've used it for PTSD and CPTSD, and it has been a game changer. I mean, this theme of this is a game changer is prominent in these messages. I was shocked that so many people have done this or had experience with it. I was so grateful for actual doctors, therapists actually responded to me. So when I made this post, I wasn't expecting anything. As you saw the first time I posted, I didn't really get any responses. But I also shared a video when I actually shared like what I was feeling and my questions. Like this post just went crazy. 3.2 thousand views, okay? Did I read that? Okay. Game changer. I use it in waves with CPTSD as different layers and memories come up. And it can be rough because sometimes I'm activated between sessions. Make sure your therapist has an experience and concrete ways for you to stabilize at the end of sessions. So, two, tools to stabilize. I'm left handed, y'all, so I'm really smart. Stabilize at the end of sessions. As a patient, life changing. It feels weird and woo, but wow, it works. Shout out to Angela for sharing her experience. I really felt honored that people trusted me enough for sharing their experience because one, it's private. You don't have to. But sharing negative or positive experiences helped me so much. One, it helps me realize that I'm not the only one. I could not believe I got so many responses. I'm not the only one. Not the only one. I mean, I know that I'm not the only person dealing with trauma, but just to hear other people's processes it helps me because I have never gotten this quality of care, informed care, ever in my life. And I've tried therapy many, many, many times. Yes, well regarded. It was developed after a psychologist noticed feeling better after the bilateral movement of walking. Interesting. Just make sure you and your therapist, if they're trained, they will know this. To go low and slow and don't jump right in. Sending all the care. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Dr. Jen. You are amazing. Thank you so much. So much, so much. Um, I'm still doing EMDR, but it saved my life and it's made CPTSD more manageable. I will not I will never not recommend EMDR. Thank you, Jordan. Gratitude. Today went well. I was telling him about my heart monitor. So this was exactly 7 days ago. I'm about to start feeling nervous. These replies have been reassuring for sure, for sure. Shout out to Moon Magic Spirit. Let me give you a follow so I can kind of follow your process if you share it. Oh no, go back. See, like this post, like I wasn't expecting this post to like do so well. Where did it go? Ooh, that's a picture life changing. Well, regarded. I did it after I don't know what just happened. I did it after a trauma. I think it's helped. I think it helped. It was physical, so you may feel weird at first. I say try it out and see if it helps you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I don't know what happened to my thread, but oh well. I used to need medication, and after EMDR, I hurried up and said I gotta write that down because I don't like having to need medication, but I do. So, like, I literally got to the point where I wasn't eating and I wasn't sleeping, and I had a vitamin deficiency. My cortisol shoots up so high that it just disrupts my entire body. So I am taking mirtazapine nightly. It is helping me sleep and helping me eat. I am now putting my weight is back on, my glow is back in my face and my skin. I don't want to need this for the rest of my life. But right now, I need it. But I have been taking off day anxiety medicine because for some reason my body is responding to it as a threat. So I had to be taking off Zoloft. Only took it for a week and it gave me adverse effects. And then hydroxine, I don't know if I'm saying it right. If you know, you know. I had to come off of that as well. It eventually turned on me and started giving me adverse effects. So I'm actually going to see a pediatrics genetics doctor in October. They want to do some testing that should have been done when I was born due to the specifics of my father's sperm that made me. We want to be sure that there aren't some mutations that are hanging around in my DNA that are causing some of my issues, like my adrenal system. I believe they mentioned one thing, but I don't want to jump ahead of myself. That appointment is in October, and we're going to see how that goes. So I used to need medication, now I don't. I have so much clarity and self awareness. It made me brave. I highly recommend it. Listen, this is so highly recommended. My only tip is to have a solid foundation with coping skills. So, three, EMDR coping skills. So, I'm going to take this list in with me and my therapist um, our next private meeting. So I see her in group tomorrow. She's actually my group therapist as well. But I want to just let her see this list so we can start working on building a plan. Like I want to be active in this as well as much as she's going to be active. My only tip is this. is to have a solid foundation with coping skills, distress tolerance. And she had mentioned something like a safe word, and a plan for when it's difficult. It definitely makes buried feelings come up, but oh my God, the purge is worth it. Are you? I'm just amazed. I say I'm literally writing that down. Distress tolerance and a plan for when. And she mentioned this, like we may do safe words. I don't know which modality we're going to use. I'm aware that there is like a tap in, like Prince Harry did this. I saw a video of Prince Harry and I was like, oh my God, I have to try this. There's a tap in, and then there's like where you follow this light beam back and forth. I've seen that. But I know there's so many different techniques. I don't really know which one we're going to try. I guess we're going to work together and figure out which one is best for us or for me. Well, for us. This me and my therapist is doing this together. I'm okay. This is here's where we were. I'm still doing EMDR, but it saved my life and it's made my CPTSD more manageable. I will never not recommend EMDR. Thank you, Jordan. Peace and love to you. Wait, he said he's still doing it, so I kind of want to follow him. Okay, every time I do that, it stops. Okay. All right. I have done it and it worked. In fact, I just did it today. See, like the people that's actually like kind of doing it, I kind of want to follow them just in case. Gotta stop pressing that button. Just in case they share some things that I may need. I just did it today. I know it may not be right for everyone, but it's been good for me. I love that she said that because so everybody's that have good experience for it. Yes, that matters, but the people that it doesn't work for, like I really want to kind of know those things. It's good to try. She said it's good to try. And it looks like you have the support of a good therapist. I do. I hope it works. And likewise, friend. Yes. EMDR should focus on resourcing at first so you have go tos to help you stay within your window of tolerance. Let me show you where my window of tolerance is. It's this space between there. It's the space in between that. There is no window for tolerance. This can take a while. Don't feel like you have to rush it. Once you get into reprocessing, you may feel tired after. And you may have some emotional stuff come up between sessions. Lots of dreams, which I'm already doing that. I dream every night. That's all normal. Happens in other therapy modalities too, yes. Having good ways to take care of yourself helps with this. Thank you so much. I said, oh no, I'm already dreaming lucidly. Okay, so someone here said EMDR is for PTSD, absolutely not for CPTSD. And baby, they went in on her. They went in on her. They say yes, it is. So I'm not going to open that thread. But shout out to her sharing her experience. Here's one who did not like it. I tried it and I did not like it. She said, I prefer to have the mental block wall to protect myself. This one, I was so grateful that she even admitted this because I have a lot of blocks and a lot of walls that I think were put in place by my psyche to protect myself. I literally cannot remember a full span memory from one to about nine. And I know this because certain memories I have, and then the rest I don't. Like my mother's cataract surgery had to be at least 4. My niece was being breastfed, like I can literally see it right now. My dad was not sick yet. He was still living and living at home. He wasn't even in the rest home yet. So I was definitely young. Everything around that, I have no memory of it. No memory of it. Being at my grandmom's house, outside of my closed adoption where I wasn't supposed to be at, where molestations was going on at, and I was being dropped off there every freaking week because these narcissists lied to my adopted family as if they weren't the problem, referring to my grandmother. I have no memory of going in that house. But in 1999, when I went there, I had a feeling that I had been there before, and I got really emotional. I literally jumped out the car on the street because I wasn't understanding what I was feeling. Um, so I know I have blocks and walls. This is one thing I'm afraid of. Being exposed to the raw emotions and tied to specific memories. I don't remember my childhood, and I want to explore the memories and emotions. And once I'm ready to let go, I might try again. I so appreciated this comment. Out of all of the other easier comments, I need to get to the nitty gritty ones because I do have mental blocks. I do have walls. A lot of physical abuse that I've endured, even in my adult life with men, because for some reason, being struck as a child in school and at home made me think that. And then my mom would always say, "I beat you because I love you." So I literally took that into my adulthood, and I thought that when men beat on me, that they loved me because that's what I was taught. Um, I'm a little have a little trepidation about this, but I will even tell you how I commented back. Very, very powerful things you said here. I have many blocks, and on the other hand, I don't. I do worry if digging in deep could cause more deregulation. I really appreciated you sharing this product matter. This I meant to say there's pros matter, but cons matters as well. I wish you peace and security on your journey. Thanks for sharing your experience. It truly matters. I'm grateful that she told me about that because I do have mental blocks. And I am a little afraid. Like that's really my biggest fear is if I dig in here and I uncover things that I have been protecting myself from all this time, how would that work for me? Moving on. It is the strongest and most effective treatment for PTSD. Okay. Okay. Personally, I opted for EFT. Now I don't know what that is. Look into this is why I said I gotta come back here with a notepad. Embarking on a CM. Listen, I have chocolate cravings out of this world. So y'all want to see me eat a Reese's. Embarking on a CPTSD journey opens the unexpected, and EFT allows you to support and better manage the between sessions with a practitioner. So I want to ask my therapist's name is Tiffany. Ask her about EFT. And I actually, how about we're going to do this? Let's come over here. No, not that. Chucky Doggy. It's EFT. So, what is this? EFT therapy. This is why I really wanted to kind of stream this because I know somebody else is going through this. Just can help somebody else prepare for EMDR. Put it on threads, get some comments, go through those comments, take notes, give that to your therapist. Mm. Mm. EMT therapy encompasses both emotionally focused therapy for relationships. Relationships, shoot my, I can't deal with relationships unless they're already solid. Like my deregulation process is, I can't even explain it. Like the less stressful relationships for me, the better I do. An emotional freedom technique, tapping for distress. Oh, let me tell you about this. So now when I have panic attacks, right? Hold on, is my audio working? Hold on. Let me do an audio check. Is my mic on? Can't tell. 5 years. September 18th will be 5 years. Let me check my audio. Is my mic on? Okay. So I will say this. I have learned, like when I'm in distress, I'm having a meltdown, like a panic attack, this, when I tell you I learned this on YouTube Shorts for some psychiatrist, it helps. And a friend of mine told me to hum. The only thing is, when I'm in distress, it's kind of hard for me to think of these tools because, duh, I'm in distress. But humming, and then I was like, wait a minute. And my nephews, like and nieces from when I was a little girl, there was this humming thing I used to do. And I think that maybe I didn't know then that was my way of calming myself. I used to suck my thumb and I would tap. Mind you, this was way before trauma informed therapy was even a thing. I was a baby. So I used to hum this. Listen. I used to do this when I was a little itty bitty girl. Like after my mom would beat me for something, and I was just like traumatized because I used to wonder like why is she hitting me so hard, and it was never like people can say that that's a way to discipline people and it makes people disciplined. It did not work for me. It turned me into a monster. It's what it did. I almost turned into a sociopath or a psychopath from being beat. That does not work on every child. And now it's not even good. They say now it's not even good for the child. So my whole school experience being beat by those Catholics and by these stranger public school teachers has, I couldn't even finish school because of this. And like I'm so grateful that I'm able to like talk to professionals and let them know this is what happened to me and this is how it impacted my entire life. I used to hum. So when my friend told me try humming when you're deregulated, when you're having a meltdown, when I'm having a panic attack, my heart is racing and I'm forcing myself to breathe correctly and trying not to have a freaking stroke because that's what it feels like. Humming resets your vagus nerve. I'm telling you, the support that I'm getting from people behind the scenes is amazing. So I got triggered when a good trigger. I got triggered when I read this tapping, humming for stress and emotional regulation. Developed by Dr. Sue Johnson, EFT is a evidence-based approach primarily used for families, couples, and individuals. It focuses on, oh, let me put my chat to be able to see all comments. Um, it focuses on improving emotional bonds, resolving conflicts, and enhancing attachment security. EFT is highly effective for relationship distress, which I have so many relationships distress. It's crazy. It is also adapted for individual therapy, EFIT, to address depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress. And for family therapy, we're not repairing no family bonds. They need to die. Um, EFT or tapping, stress reduction and emotional regulation tool. So EFT tapping, EFIT, individual therapy. Was that what it was? Yeah. Emotionally focused individual therapy. EFIT. I think I'm kind of doing that now. This form of EFT tapping is a stress reduction and emotional regulation tool. It combines somatic techniques. I need all the somatic techniques I can get, like somatic techniques and cognitive focus, where individuals tap on specific acupressure points while concentrating on uncomfortable emotions or physical sensation. EFT tapping is used to manage stress, anxiety, trauma, physical discomfort, and can enhance personal development and emotional clarity. Yes, I love it. All right, we're going back to the threads. Um, this is why I wanted to go through this these threads because there was so much information in them. I'm definitely looking into EFT, which I think I'm already in EFIT. Like I said, this helped me immensely. She said EMDR is brilliant. And I don't mean to share my therapist like business, but she said she did it. And she was like, she was amazed. She said I didn't use a traumatic event, but I used something that I have like an issue with. She said the teacher used it on her, and she was like, wait a minute. She was like, it worked immensely. She shared what happened, and I was like, wow, are you serious? Now, I don't know how good or easy it's going to be for me because I'm digging up traumatic experiences um, that my body has just gone through so much. Like, I started smoking cigarettes at 4 years old because I was stressed. That's how stressed out I was, about 4 years old. I don't have a memory. Like, a lot of that is blocked. Anyway, yeah, sometimes I look off and just start zoning out. EMDR and brain spotting are extremely helpful. So, number five note, brain spotting. What the heck is that? So, you know what we're about to do. My therapist is going to be like, oh, you did your homework. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. He could be digging in my brain. I don't know what's going on. I want to be well aware of what the heck is going on, okay? Brain spotting is are we over here? He could be digging in my brain. Might check. Brain spotting is a trauma focused therapy that uses specific eye positions to access and process deeply stored emotional and physical trauma. Developed in 2003. Like I had gone through so much by then. Designed to help individuals process trauma, emotional pain, unresolved psychological experiences by focusing on specific points individuals feel called brain spots. The core principle is that where you look affects how you feel. And certain eye positions correspond to areas of emotional activation in the brain. Wow. During a session, a trained therapist guides the client's gaze using a pointer to locate a brain spot. Therapist observes subtle involuntary physical cues such as eye twitches. I do that a lot. Pupil changes, facial expressions. I do that a lot. Or shifts in body posture. When I'm uncomfortable, I definitely shift my body a lot. Even to the point where I will pop my bra, and that's a sign. If I pop my bra in public, and I'm not just taking it off and I'm popping my bra, that means I'm about to have a panic attack. Like I'm starting to, when I tell you I'm studying my body and my cues, when I'm popping my bra, it's because I feel restricted. And they say I have asthma without complications. Like when I'm about to have a panic attack, there's these tingling in my arms, and it's like there's a wave all over me. And during that, I have to pop my bra or just completely like take it off because I know what I'm about to go through. And when I'm having a panic attack, I cannot wear a bra. Like it feels like it's just constricting me. I don't know what that's about. To identify the spot that triggers the most intense emotional or somatic response. Once located, the client maintains focus on that brain spot while attending to bodily sensations and emotions, allowing the brain to process and release stored trauma naturally. Brain spotting works directly with the autonomic and limbic systems, targeting deep brain regions responsible for emotional regulation, baby. That thing is strained in minds. Memory strained. And the body stress responses. I'll tell you, my stress tolerance is this. You see that space in between there? No, there is no space. That's my stress. That's my stress tolerance right between those fingers. This makes it distinct from traditional talk therapy as it assesses experiences often beyond conscious awareness. Bilateral sounds, such as alternating music or nature sounds, may be used to enhance the process. Though the therapy primarily relies on focused attention and somatic awareness. Okay, so that was interesting. And as you can see, after she left me this comment, brain spotting, noted. Thanks for sharing. I don't think I've talked this much this month. Shout out to the Buck Moon who moved my menstrual cycle to yesterday. Like I'm so pissed. Uh, EMDR is for CPTSD. Thanks for confirming this. My therapist would not have offered it if it wasn't. I do not believe. Like that was somebody responding to the lady up there who said this is not for CPTSD. Shout out to her though. She said, I'm about to start and feeling nervous. These replies have been so reassuring. So the fact that I even made this post is helping so many other people. That's why it has 3.2 thousand views. Um, I said, I'm nervous too. If you ever need a friend or a friend to vent on about it, we are here. Yes, baby, I have found my community on threads. Now, had I done this on Facebook, ain't no telling what I would have got. I have CPTSD and also had EMDR treatment. Highly recommended. It's beyond helpful. 10 out of 10 recommended. So this person shared this to me, and I was on their main website, and I may try to see can I play that. And we dive in a little deeper, maybe on the next check-in. So I will be vlogging about this process. Changed my life, took time and a lot of work and a really strong support system, but was worth it and very effective for me personally. Thank you, Healing Ecology, for sharing your experience. Best therapy I ever tried. And me and her have actually connected on Instagram and everywhere else. She is awesome. I think she's out of the Netherlands. So peace and love to the Netherlands. I actually have blood that runs through the Netherlands. So it was very nice to connect with her. I tried it, but liked advanced resolution therapy more. So, number six, advanced. See, I love how people are sharing their experience. Advanced resolution therapy, because maybe it did not work for them. Maybe they tried something else and they're sharing it. So I really appreciate Stephanie M7975 for sharing her experience. So let's go over here. Oh no, don't click that. Let's go over here and see what advanced resolution therapy for CPT. Oh, they got a PDF accelerated. It's a brief evidence based therapy. Let me do my check again. Yeah, oh, they got a PDF. Evidence based therapy that utilizes eye movement to reprogram distressing memories, effectively treating conditions like is particularly beneficial for clients with CPTSD as myself, as it helps them process traumatic memories and images, leading to significant symptom reject, re- symptom reduction in just a few sessions. The therapy is structured and highly directive, allowing clients to replace traumatic memories with more positive ones without the need for verbal processing. Art is a valuable addition to the treatment toolkit for therapists and offers a clear roadmap for clients seeking relief from trauma related issues. So we'll put a question mark right there. We're going to bring this up to my therapist. Let's go back to my threads. I don't even know if I'm able to get through all of this. We've already been on here an hour. I am an EMDR certified therapist and use EMDR for CPTSD often. Thank you putting up with the for sharing your experience as an actual certified therapist. Highly recommended. Excellent for complex trauma and PTSD. Awesome. Some of the replies have been hidden. I didn't hide any. So threads hid. I can help. Calyx. I'm gonna unhide that. There's way more. We did not just go through 100 comments. I didn't hide any. So they did that. But then maybe that is 119 because there's conversations within the conversations. So let's go here and let's see, can we even share this instead? Let's see, can we even? I think this is the actual EMDR website, I believe, or is this YouTube? What's happening? It is YouTube. My little elevator music off in the back. It's gonna annoy me, but I'm gonna try not to get annoyed. Let me mute my mic. Such a no tolerance for skipping. Let me see, can I do this? I'm gonna invite my phone into the studio. Such a no tolerance for skipping. Let me see, can I do this? Because I would rather watch this one here. It's not gonna skip. 1 second. This is annoying me, and I don't want to get annoyed. All right, I'm bringing my phone into the studio. Allow. I'm gonna mute my mic. How do I? I'm just gonna have to be annoyed. It's gonna skip. I don't know why it's doing it. Like it doesn't do this if I'm not streaming. So maybe it's because I'm. pause, my last therapy session, because I do a lot of work on my own and research on my own with the help of my amazing care team. When I tell you, Metropolitan moved in trauma informed psych the whole network in mental health. If you have this brain injury, which it is not a mental illness. I have been called crazy. I have been just traumatized by the way that people respond to what I've been through. I am not crazy. I'm one of the smartest people, the strongest people I know, literally. But my brain has been injured. I've had over 20 concussions, and I'm minimizing that number. Concussions struck in my head from grown men, from my parent, and teachers. Um, I don't want to get emotional. I'm not going to get emotional. I literally asked my therapist in the last session, I asked her one thing: am I a sociopath? Am I a psychopath? Even though I have empathy, that stops me from doing some of the things that I think of, like retribution wise, I guess you would call it. She says no. The fact that you have empathy it takes you off the spectrum. So thank God for that. I do have normal responses to things that were done to me. Being betrayed by your family makes you want to hate them. So the disdain that I have is a natural response. Having a professional tell me that it's okay to have these feelings and emotions is a huge difference from where I've been. But I literally told her, I've read that this is a brain injury. And she said, Michelle, I have to agree with you. It's technically not a mental illness, it is a brain injury. So I just wanted to put that in there. For anyone who is ashamed of what you're going through, or you're ashamed of how your body is responding, like for me, I can't be in spaces where a whole lot of people are, especially people that I might believe will try to harm me in any degree, whether it's manipulation or physical harm. I've had guns to my head. I relive it often. Sometimes people that reach out to me, I just had to block this lady. I'm not gonna say her name. If you know, you know. Her son put a gun in my head, and for some reason, she messages me on Instagram, and I don't know if she understands that she should not be messaging me because it impacts my thinking. Like I've thought more about what happened to me on Fraser Street lately because she keeps messaging me. Do I think that she has the emotional intelligence to understand what's happening when I get a message from her? No, I don't. Do I have the bandwidth to come out of my damaged brain and explain to her my process? No, I can't even do that. So a lot of people are getting blocked and muted with no explanation because I cannot go through the trauma of even trying to explain it to these people because I don't know where they are psychologically. Everybody's not on the same place psychologically. Everybody's not. And that's not an attack on, oh, I think I'm better than you, smarter than you. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of work to be as smart as I am, than to be as informed as I am. That's not an attack on anybody else. That's more of a acknowledgement of where I am. So I just wanted to share that too. So a lot of people deal with these micro situations that cause major interruptions in their life. Just know that it's normal, but you have to do what you have to do to protect yourself. Whether that's completely blocking these people to have no access to you so that you can continue the process of healing, do what you have to do. I'm doing it. I'm not even on Facebook anymore. I get death threats from European racists. I get contacted by my family that I'm no contact with. I've already told them, don't reach out to me. I don't care if I'm auntie, uncle, cousin, sister, brother. I don't care if I'm your mother. If you have caused me harm that is irreparable, I physically, emotionally, psychologically cannot and do not want you as a part of my life. I'm healing from a lot of people who don't understand that you are part of the problem. I'm part of the problem if I keep allowing you to dysregulate me, if that makes sense. So do what you need to do. Do not feel no type of way about how anyone receives your healing journey. Just make sure you're comfortable with what you're doing. Don't worry about nobody else's feelings. I sure as hell don't. We're going to get back to this video. Just wanted to throw we're gonna do this differently because I want to hear this and I'm tired of it doing it. So I'm gonna play the audio to this on my phone because I'm sick of like it's making me up. It's making me frustrated.
That you believe that you are helpless anymore.
So I'm gonna start the EMDR strategy over.
Once a client comes to a session and has completed history taking, then typically we identify the memory that we want to reprocess, any negative beliefs related to it. Those negative beliefs might be, I'm not safe, I'm not worthy, I don't have value in relationship to other people. And once we identify that negative belief and the distress related to that target memory, we also look at what could be a positive belief that we move toward.
So folks think about this memory, and then we guide them through a series of sets of rapid eye movement. Just 30 seconds, it allows the brain then to process small chunks of it at a time.
That dual attention, bilateral work keeps the body here in the room, keeps the person grounded in their body, creates this rhythm that speaks safety and is ideal for making meaning by keeping someone focused on the present while accessing things that have happened in the past.
It's kinder. It's this gentler way of treating trauma than having to want to be blank.
When we stop a set, they're going, wow, I feel so much lighter. I feel like a weight has been lifted. I feel peaceful, like something's much better.
One of the things that I most commonly notice at the end of a successful EMDR session is a child who just feels more understood and more seen and more cared for, and they just have a different presence in their eyes.
EMDR is one of the most researched therapies out there. And the research shows that not only is it highly effective, but it's also the most efficient trauma treatment.
When I went to the training and I saw the first demonstration, I recognized how absolutely effective those techniques would be with processing trauma quickly, without a lot of language being needed to describe it, and how beneficial that was to a lot of our crime victims who weren't able to actually articulate all the events that had happened.
EMDR therapy is proving effective in some of the most acute trauma scenarios. And because it is a proven, evidence-based approach, a growing roster of mental health organizations promote and support the therapy.
There's so much trauma worldwide. And here it is that we have this ability to so effectively and efficiently treat trauma. The question is, how can we make it available? How can we give people access to it?
What I love in the work that I get to do is watching someone come into contact with a part of themselves that's previously only been confusing and disorienting, and all of a sudden find mastery over how to make meaning about that experience or that character trait or that memory.
What a wonderful thing to witness. I feel so lucky to be able to do EMDR.
The feedback that I get from clients who have really gone through the process of EMDR and able to complete EMDR therapy is that their lives are transformed.
I never thought there would be a breakthrough like that in my career as a psychologist.
I love you too, baby. Awesome. So, stop sharing this. Ooh.
Everybody, my name's Dr. Scott. Check.
So there's a lot of videos on EMDR. I won't be going through all of them today because it's just that overwhelming. Like, as you can see, I started getting emotional. Rare. I think my note taking is pretty extensive. Gina's going to a dentist appointment. I can't see my dashboard, so I can't change my position of my screen. So I'm going to be ending this shortly. I just wanted to kind of, one, check in to my channel. Peace and love to my new subscribers. We finally hit 500 subs. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I will be starting this technique on August the 10th. I'm going to try to do some vlogging pre-EMDR, during EMDR, and what just happened? During EMDR and after, in hopes of some relief. Tired of going to the ER, tired of just carrying this weight that I don't have a language for. But it's there and it's prevalent and it's definitely showing up in my blood work, it's showing up in my body, it's showing up all around. But I am grateful for this process. If you have any experience with EMDR, negative or positive, please don't hesitate to share them with me if you want to share them publicly. If you don't want to share them publicly and you want to share them privately, you can always email me at chelefromtheblock@gmail.com. I try to respond to all of my emails. I want to send special love to my moderator, Karima. Our beautiful author friend Catherine Pape. I have not heard from her before in a while. I need to check in with her. I have been working so hard with my health. I have not been podcasting. I do believe I may have phased out of Gratitude and Chill and maybe in the mode of creating a new podcast for me, but I'm not sure when I will be podcasting again due to this heavy lifting that I'm doing. But I will say I'm doing so much better than I was in 2021. I got a feeling this is going to be lifelong for me because my trauma is so layered. But again, I'm grateful to have a medical team that I trust and that cares about me. I'm grateful to have a support system outside of the medical team. My loved ones, Michelle Riley, Toy, my daughter, Veronica, Jesus Christ, Michelle Pere, so many people that I've met online that have really become family to me. I want to send love to my family that I am not no contact with. Forgive me for being so distant, but I'm just in an awkward space. Being me is not easy. Being my mother's daughter and my father's daughter is not easy. It's like I'm carrying a cross daily. I don't want to make mistakes, so when I don't know what to do, I shut down and I don't reach out because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to be a burden on anyone. So it's really, really, really a process for me, but I'm working on it. I love you. Make sure you share this video. Please subscribe if you are not part of the family. If you are new here, again, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to check in again soon. Peace and love. I love you.